Hey everyone. For my book promo this week, I chose two books. One called 3 Days on a River in a Red Canoe, and the other one called Scooter. So I'll start with 3 Days on a River in a Red Canoe. A young girl spots a red canoe for sale. Soon she's off for a 3 day river trip with her mother, her Aunt Rosie, and her cousin. The book follows the trip day by day. They load the canoe, paddle downriver, set up a tent, cook a fire, watch the fish, and the wildlife along the bank. There's rain and grumbling, and the sun comes back, and a rainbow shows up. Williams follows, even folds real maps, a tent diagram, and recipes for dumplings and fruit stew right into the pages so the reader feels like they are actually packed for the trip too. Nothing dramatic happens, but that's the charm. It's just a small family adventure told through a child's honest voice. After reading, activities could be drawing your own map, making a start or stop for lunch, an end, or the map of the river. You could also copy some of the book's recipes as a class and talk about how the steps are in order. They could write their own step list for how to make some sort of recipe that they know. Keep a 3 day journal from the point of view of a traveler, and chart the weather in the story and how the characters feel during the different parts. Connection to the ELS or NYS standards. For ELA, this one fits for describing characters, setting, and events in a story and retelling the events in order. The recipes in the tent diagram are a good way to include writing standards and procedural writing. The other side of it would be living things in habitats, since there's lots of different fish and birds and plants. And the maps open them to being able to do different social studies, map skills, and simple math. Second book, Scooter. This one is a chapter book for older readers, around ages 8 to 12, possibly. Elena Rose Rosen and her mom just moved to a new apartment on the 8th floor of a building in a city. Her parents split up, and she's trying to find her footing in a new place. So for one summer, she rides her bright scooter, learns the neighborhood, and slowly builds a set of friends and neighbors. She grows close to a little boy named Percy who doesn't speak. She always looks for ways to help him. The story builds toward a big borough-wide field day where all the kids get a chance to show what they can do. It's a gentle story about change, making a home in a new place, and finding your people. Some after-reading activities. So Williams uses the word play and an alphabet game in the book, so maybe the students could build their own word game or name poem the way that happens in the story. They could also write a letter to Elena, or from Elena to an old friend, describing her new neighborhood and how she feels about the move. We could also do a small class discussion or a writing prompt on a time that they had to start from fresh or start something new, or maybe they moved somewhere different. So connecting back to the text. Connection to the NYS standards. This book fits the standards for describing how characters change and respond to events across the whole story, and for using details to support what the text says. The letter and poem activities line up with the narrative and poetry writing standards. It also carries real social and emotional weight, divorce, moving, and including a classmate who's different, which supports the state's social emotional learning benchmarks and self-awareness, as well as relationship skills. Thank you guys for watching.